Hi, and welcome to my Classic Blues Lick of the Month lesson. This is for the month of September 2015. From this point on, I'm going to be doing lessons every other month instead of every month. So we're skipping August, and here we are in September. This month we're going to look at one of my favorite licks from the playing of Pee Wee Crayton. And I've only heard this really in one tune. He does this song called You Know Yeah. And I found it on YouTube. I didn't have it on any of the CDs and records that I have of Pee Wee Crayton stuff. And in this he does a lick that I've also heard in, I think, Gatemouth Brown. I've heard him use this before. Not quite the same way. It's what I call a double stop bend. And it's a really easy lick to learn if you like harder rock, like Jimi Hendrix and some of the guys in the 60s, Jimmy Page. A lot of those guys use these kinds of things. But this is in the context of a traditional electric blues song. It's in the key of C. And throughout most of the song, he's playing the chords. It's a kind of a shuffle, swingy shuffle song. And when he gets to the solo, he plays part of the solo, and then in the middle of the solo, over the 4, it's in C, so this is over the F. He plays this lick out of this first position C blues box. Let me play one variation of it for you, and then we'll break it down. It's really pretty simple. And what he's doing there, we've got C, first position, bar chord. My first finger is on the 8th fret of the 2nd string, and my 2nd and 3rd fingers are going on the 9th and 10th frets of the 3rd string. When I bend, I'm bending the 3rd string, but I'm holding the 2nd string steady, and then I'm picking both the 2nd and 3rd strings, and I'm doing downstrokes. You could do it a different way, I suppose, but I do it with downstrokes. So to play it slowly, you've got this. You can hear both notes in there. Now he does some variations on that in the same song. He does 2 solos, and he plays that same lick in both solos, but he does some variations. Like sometimes he'll pick the 3rd string, then the 2nd string. Actually, he bends them both, picks them both, and then picks the 3rd, then the 2nd, something like this. So I'm bending the 3rd string still, holding the 2nd steady, picking both strings, and then getting the 2nd string by itself. He does little licks, and then goes back. Whatever, you can do a lot of different stuff out of that. So it's a simple lick. So to play it, you look for the first position blues box, and then that same position. You can do it in A. You can do it in any key. You can also play it over the 4. So let's say you're doing a song in C, and then you go to the 4. You could go up here to over the F, which is your 4 chord. You can play it pretty much over any chord in the progression. But it's a double stop bend. You get a double stop, and then you're bending the 3rd string, and you can pick it a lot of different ways. Think of some different ways you can do that. And I took that lick from Pee Wee Crayton, a song called You Know Yeah. And I actually used that lick in a song that we recorded on our first CD. It's called Going Home Tomorrow. It's a Fats Domino thing, but I play kind of a Gatemouth Brown type solo on that, and I use that lick. It's very handy. So there's an easy classic blues lick for you to add to your vocabulary, and I will be back in a couple months with another classic blues lick.